What's up, Fredonia? You're listening to the Local Lowdown on WCBF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. My name is Olivia. I'm your co-host and your field interview lead.
Hello, I'm Brody, your co-host and promotions lead.
Hello, I'm Cece. I'm your production lead.
And I'm Tatum. I'm your sound engineer.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems in a group effort to promote and showcase the local music scene here in Fredonia and the Western New York area. Welcome to the Local Lowdown.
On this episode this week, we have our esteemed, very important, very highly anticipated guests, Dan Hwang and Nate Wilson. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
How are you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I like your guys' mugs.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Very muggy.
Every good interview needs a look.
It's a good idea to bring those in.
Yeah. Could you guys introduce yourselves? And you guys do a lot of things as far as music, but for right now, introduce how you got started with doing live sound.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go. I feel like one of the first live sound gigs that I did here in Fredonia was a BJ's show. I was helping out at the time Bryce Benware, who was doing sound there, and I think I did that. It was really fun, and then I didn't do it like for all my time here. I did it once, and then I think I got too busy. But I think one of the biggest things that I did, like kind of getting started, was I was doing a lot of the Domus Fair jazz shows, running live sound for the faculty collective that does the shows there. That was really fun. That was a cool, great experience. It was like a very chilled dinner kind of jazz vibe.
Yeah, their mac and cheese is really good there.
Their cheesecake is really good. And their tiramisu. It's fire. And then, I don't know, that was kind of this is all like pre Creek House right now. You got anything, Daniel, before that?
Yeah, well,
you're in sound services. And
I am in sound
that,
services.
Right?
Yes. I started last year, but my first like actual proper sound like live gig experience was for the NYSMA area All-State in Roush Hall. That was interesting. It was a paid gig. That was my first time doing live sound too, so like I had to learn the entire setup. Like I spent like a week just like absolutely freaking out about that, learning how everything was routed, and and then came the actual show, 2 days worth of first day was preparation, the dress rehearsal, getting some like actually working the soundboard, and then the actual show itself, which was only like a couple hours, but I don't know. I had a lot of fun doing it, as much as I was freaking out. But and then did some stuff for sound services. The first thing that comes to the top of my head was the Battle of the New Bands, which that was fun. I donated my kit. A lot of it's cool to see these new acts coming up, and it was just an overall fun experience. And then that was like also the Battle of the New Bands was like during the Creek House stuff, but yeah, I mean, and then there's Creek House, but yes.
That's really impressive. I took like a concert sound and touring class, and I still couldn't set up and do sound for an open mic night. So, shout out.
It's difficult, man.
It is.
It's really difficult. How did you guys meet and become friends?
I didn't know you.
No, I didn't know you in freshman year. We kind of had classes together.
Yeah.
And I definitely did see you.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I just never talked to you. And then I think, for me at least, the first thing that comes to my head was we were sitting in the Nook.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the percussion nook in the first floor hallway of Mason.
Where
that's the kind of percussion domain.
The congregation area.
To set the scene.
Yeah.
Yes, to set the scene.
Star-crossed lovers.
It was like the sun was setting.
Yes.
There were stars in the sky. No, but and then I just remember I was talking to someone and you came up and we just I didn't know that you were a freshman.
Yeah, there was a big misconception about how old I was for
It's very
for a
mysterious.
while.
What were people saying?
Well, because
Were they like super senior?
Yeah.
I think it was because I was kind of like bumped up in terms of like, I don't know, like placement in like classes and stuff. I came in with a lot of credits, but then also I think Dr. Gonninger just kind of messed up and was like, oh, you're a sophomore now. But nobody knew that I was a freshman, so I had I remember a whole thing where I was like getting interrogated by 6 of my friends now.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't really know. But they were like, "Show us your ID."
Now,
You're not 19.
I remember doing that. I remember doing that.
But I think that was probably the first. Well, but then I started coming to the CR.
Right.
And the common room.
Okay.
The common room.
I think I need like a sheet of like terms.
Yeah, there's a lot of inside stuff.
The CR.
Grissom? No, wait, Grissom.
I think it was Grissom. And then were you at the Eisenhower?
I was in Castle.
No, but did you come to the Eisenhower CR?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, no. Eisenhower CR.
Okay.
Eisenhower CR. This is sophomore.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Not junior year for you?
Oh, sorry. This is junior year for me.
7th year for you?
Sorry, this is 8th year for me.
Got it. Some people just can't let it go.
No.
But I think I just started because I kind of we had mutual friends and we just kind of started hanging out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just we got introduced to each other and then we started hanging out.
Yeah, and here we are. We're freaking housemates.
We're married.
Inseparable ever.
And we have 2 beautiful children. And
yes, we're living a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so you're both students here at SUNY Fredonia. I guess we kind of know this already. What year are you guys, and what's your major?
All right, I'm a junior, and I am sound recording technologies.
I'm a senior sound recording. I'm a 3rd year. I'm a senior sound recording, and then I have a jazz studies double major, which I am.
I also want to add that I am also double majoring BA in music.
That's facts.
Yes.
Jazz studies BA in music for me, but I am technically a junior in that one. I have 1 more year after this. Have not given my recital yet, but
I think we're gonna have our recitals like around the same time.
Most likely.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see those posters.
Oh, they're gonna be good.
I just got commissioned to do a poster for Ivan.
Oh,
I'm doing a stream actually.
I did those last year, and I was doing them on Canva. This year, I'm doing it Photoshop and Illustrator.
Hell
He doesn't know
look
I
at
grew
you.
up.
Oh my god.
He doesn't know, so stay tuned for those.
Big moves.
And then, why did you decide to come to Fredonia? What drew you here?
You want to go first? Or
Sure, I can go first.
Sure.
Well, I was like, to put it in context, I was like, it's like senior year of high school. I was like, I knew I wanted to do something with music. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And then I was like, you know what, audio seems cool. And I heard about Fredonia through one of my brother's friends who graduated a couple of years ago. And, I checked it out. I was like, this place has a pretty good education for what I want to do. So, yeah, here I am.
I did not think that I did not know I wanted to do music or go into any sort of music until like October of my senior year in high school. So I applied to like 10 different SUNY schools, all for like undecided or some kind of broad STEM kind of program. And then Fredonia one of my professors told me about Fredonia, I think, or one of my teachers told me about Fredonia. But I realized that they had the sound recording program, and I took a tour here, and we weren't even going to go up to the sound recording studios. It was like, we won't do that. But then somebody was like, I really want to. And then my dad was like, this guy wants to as well. And I was like, okay, kind of. So we took a tour, and I think during that summer, They were. This was before, so this is like me. This is the summer before my senior year. I met John Caruso, my all-time goat. John Caruso in the sound recording department. He was heading a summer camp, and there were like a bunch of kids running around like moving mics and stuff and moving cables and doing stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, this is really cool. And then I realized that Dr. Nick Weiser taught here, and he's actually originally from Ithaca, where I'm from. And I saw him in concert as a kid, and I remember just being blown away. He was playing some Frozen music from Frozen. It was really good. It was a really good concert. There's a video online somewhere of me in the crowd of that. I'm like a little 8-year-old.
Nice.
But then I was like, wow, like these two things are really cool, and like maybe I do want to do music. And then at the time I was playing drums. I was a drummer in high school.
Yeah.
That wasn't a great one. I could keep time a little bit.
Hey, there we go.
Nothing flashy. But I was like, oh my God, I want to do music. What am I better at? Oh, I've been taking classical piano for like however long. Let me just try to do that. And so I got back on my piano grind. I auditioned for Fredonia. Started learning jazz piano. And then I tried to come in with like 2 majors, or I tried to come in with the 2 majors from the start, but I don't think I cut it for jazz, so I was just SRT for the first year. But I don't know. I think it was just that there were multiple things appealing to me in Fredonia. Boom. Anyhow, yeah.
What are your majors like?
Busy.
Yeah, very busy.
Busy and always like running around getting calls and texts about like, well, because we're on the e-board, so we kind of hold a bit of a...
Oh, yeah, the Tonemasters.
Tonemeister Association.
Twimso shouted them out last night.
Hey,
the show
really?
said, shout out Tonemasters.
Wait, hold on.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Tonemeister Association.
Oh, is that a new logo?
It's a new logo.
The Graphic Design Club did it.
Wow. That's true. We commissioned them, and they gave us this beautiful...
That is good, though.
We got audio levels here. It's pretty cool. It's neat. It says it on the back.
Yes.
But we're on the e-board we're VP and Pres of Tonemeister Association, which is the in-house club for the major. Just because there's a lot of stuff that needs to run
like in a smooth like flowing manner, and then we kind of treat all of our stuff like professionally. It's like a faux professional environment. We have meetings every Monday.
We delegate streams and who's going to be streaming stuff.
We also delegate studio times.
Yep, studio times.
Yeah. Speaking of, I have one.
Yes, this is true. Dan has. He's got to bounce right after this interview, but we'll get to that later, maybe. But yeah, we're both very busy. We're on call for like anything goes wrong. It's like beep. And which is awesome,
It is. It's fun.
I think it's great to be in this position with this fantastic major, and
absolutely.
I love everybody in it. It's good, but yeah, busy. We're always doing stuff, always doing audio stuff.
Yeah, the streams are fun. They're fun to, like, people are like away from the actual stage, but then you'll like hear that they're like recording it. Like I remember I did my African drumming performance, and Andy was doing the stream for it. So he was sending pictures of me to our group chat of me doing that, and I was like, "Where are you? I don't know where you are."
Yeah.
And you guys, the studio time is crazy. Like you guys are in the studio a lot. I remember when Amphobia was recording, we were there from like, I think it was like 3 to like 10.
Yep.
But it goes even longer than that. Like you guys are doing overnight. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you manage all that on top of your like coursework?
Well, the thing is, you just gotta really prioritize what you feel like you should do. There's this one time where I was in the studio from 7 p.m. till 7 a.m. straight.
Wild.
Yeah. And I had music theory that day, and it was like, it was at 9:30 it started. And I was like, yeah, I think I need to prioritize my sleep over going to class. But, you know, you come back, you make up the work.
Skipped class.
Hey, I would have been running on like 2 hours of sleep. So.
I know. I can say I've done this.
Yeah, but no, it really just comes down to like prioritizing and then just at least for me, prioritizing and then just make up the work afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a lot of you gotta schedule your stuff. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna be in the studio like this long. I'm gonna have to eat sometime.
Yeah.
Eat, go for longer.
You can't even eat in there anyways.
No, you gotta take a break. You gotta go outside. You can't eat in the studios.
But taking a break is good.
Taking breaks is good, yeah. But it's kind of like with those long 8-hour, 10-hour, like 12-hour sessions. It's like you just, and also that's like you can choose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a sound recording major, you do not have to do that. We book in 4-hour slots for the sessions. You can get a ton done during the 4 hours.
It's a lot to like get in there, set up your equipment, like that already takes up enough time.
Yes.
So having a longer time slot anyways just helps you get the most amount of stuff done while you're there.
Yeah, definitely.
So
rather than
longer,
multiple.
I feel is better. Also, I feel like depends on who you're working with. Because I've heard tales of like bands who go in there to record and they like literally hit their breaking points. Like I've heard like a certain vocalist or something like not knowing how to deal with hearing themselves back in like raw, unedited, and it freaks them out. And they're like, I don't sound good. But they don't realize it's like this is like you guys doing your job.
Yeah. It's pre-studio magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it can either really, it depends on who you're working with.
Yeah.
Depends on the band, depends on the artist.
Definitely.
Some artists benefit from shorter sessions. Some artists hit like flow state.
Yeah.
And they can just go for hours and it just gets better from there. I don't know. But yeah, it's a very personal it's a very personal kind of like thing. It's like
there's an art to it.
Yes,
oh, absolutely.
most definitely.
Yeah. Yes.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So more on, I guess, live sound. You guys mentioned your first live performance setting was a BJ show, and yours was the NYSMA concert. Do you guys have any like other memories or moments from your first few times doing sound, and like how did you learn anything from those experiences that you still practice today or that have helped you a lot today?
I'd say...
Because it sounds like it doesn't get touched on as much in your major. Like, it's really just more so studio time.
Right,
so.
yeah.
That's kind of what the Sound Services Club is for.
Yes.
Or not is for, but we, as the Tonemeisters, encourage everybody to do sound services because that's like the other half of the same coin.
Exactly. It's
the other side.
I mean, Sound Services was founded by Dave Fridman.
Yes. I mean, I think he's still...
He does.
He's still kind of overseeing that club. He's still kind of I think he's like the unofficial club organizer. Advisor, even though he's not on staff anymore.
No. He came in a couple times this year just to check in on things.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like for me, I tend to like really like focus on one sound, like one thing, and then like I'll just like lose myself in like trying to make sure it like sounds really good.
Classic.
Yeah.
And so one thing I've learned is like sometimes you just gotta like take a step back, listen to everything else, and then just be like, okay, gotta calm myself down, and then like just listen, look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in live sound, it's like you don't really have time to get it right.
Yeah.
Or get every specific thing right.
It's like all on the fly.
Yeah.
Get the faders up mix. Get everything to be heard. I mean, everything to be heard is important.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Kind of like above like, oh, maybe the guitars sound really bad, or maybe maybe the vocals are whatever. But it's like if it can be heard, you're doing good already, and then work from there. vocals, biggest thing. Any kind of speakers,
Yes.
any kind of vocals, that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Has to be heard, and if it's not heard, then it's it's lost. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
I remember at the BJ shows seeing like Bryce just pacing around everywhere and would like periodically come up to Elena and be like, "Can you hear everything?
Yeah.
Does everything sound okay?
Yeah.
Do you guys, does it sound okay?" And we're like, "Yeah, of course." It's like we have no sound knowledge. We're just like, "Yeah, the show's happening." And then he's like, "Okay, perfect." And then he like just keeps like coming back to us all the time.
It's way easy to get in your head.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially like given the circumstances of like BJ's, the sound was always just, it's hard to work in that venue for like a multitude of reasons, but like the sound specifically, like things just weren't hooked up or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, just going through all that. Even at like Creek House, which we'll get into. There's lots of stuff with that as well.
Yeah. You asked about like if there was something that we kind of take with us or like always kind of think about from the earlier times we did live sound.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest things that I think of is how does the artist feel, or what's their experience? Because it's like there's the experience of the listeners and the audience, but there's also the experience of the performers. And like I remember last year, I was doing live sound for Jazz at BJ or Jazz at Domus Fair, and
hey, they happen at both places.
Hey, that's true. Jazz at Domus Fair, and there was a guest drummer. Normally, it's the faculty collective. Normally it's Dr. John Bacon on drums.
John Bacon Jr.
John Bacon Jr. Classic.
Yes.
Dr.
JB.
Bacon.
Dr. Bacon. But there's a different drummer. It was someone from Ithaca, actually. I knew him previously, but this dude was he did not put up with anything that we were, like, he would not have, like, he was like, I need to be able to hear these things. I can't hear these things. I stop getting in my way. We're doing this. We're trying to mic his drum kit, and he would be like, go, like, leave, like, get out of here. He approached me one time. He was like, hey, you really need a second monitor right here for the drums. Like, make sure you have that. And it was really stressful, but I think it was just kind of like an extreme case of how does the artist feel like. That's another, like, ultimately, like, really, really important part of it. So making sure that, like, if you're running, and, obviously there's only things that, or there's, the sound engineer can only adjust things in their realm, but there's stuff that I always try to do to make the artist feel as comfortable and as natural, because also it's like if the artist is not feeling natural and comfortable, it's going to affect their performance.
Yep.
Same way in the studio. If your artist can't hear themselves properly, or it's like, they can't hear things, or they're in a weird spot, or they're locked in a dark room or whatever you're recording, it's like that's completely going to affect their performance. So that is one thing that you really got. And it's also just it's like they're performing.
Oh, yeah.
They're putting themselves out there, especially in a studio, but also like in live sound. It's like
in front of people too, who they have to make an impression on.
Yes.
It's scary. So anything that you can do to just like be the person that they can feel secure with, and that you can like make their whole world much more calm and nice. I think that's a pretty important thing.
Sounds like you have to like balance a lot of, it's like spinning plates, sort of.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's fun. It's cool. It's it's like
the thrill.
Have your hands on everything.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
But yeah.
So, you guys are involved in doing the live sound at Creek House, but you also live there.
Yeah.
So speaking of balancing things, what's it like doing shows in your basement and living in a house that people visit like that?
Well, I don't know. It's like any regular day,
Right.
we don't think about it.
No, no.
Any regular day, it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
this is our house.
Yeah.
We live here.
But then like the week of,
it's like, okay, we're getting there.
yeah, and then like we have a whole preparation ritual for getting ready for these shows.
Yep.
Gotta bust out the drop sheets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tape 'em down.
we
Yep.
transform.
The house.
I don't know. I gotta imagine it's. I would love to see what people like a Creek House a Creek House experience. Somebody experiencing Creek House shows, like how different it is to like see the house.
Yeah.
Like just like a student showing up to the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like seeing like the houses like just our normal house.
I forget who it was, but like I had someone over and they were like, they had only gone to the shows and then like coming over to see the house, they were like, whoa, this is completely different. And it's so funny, just like because you never really think about that living there.
Yeah,
like,
when we change, we try to make it look just like I mean, everything's kind of closed off.
Right.
We change the lighting, move everything.
The lighting does really make a difference.
Yeah.
Because I remember going into the old Creek House shows last year. Not last year. Year before that.
Yeah.
And, like, it did just feel like a house. And then this year, it's like, okay, the lighting really does change the vibe. The drop sheets, well, they're there.
Yeah.
And also just the way that things are set up, even when you go downstairs, it just feels more like not a house. It's like the house is like a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Right.
Like it's like a side thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like, just like, we have like, it doesn't feel like a house, and
Even though you walk through
Right.
your bedroom to get to the
Well,
basement.
I hope
But
that
you doctor that up.
my whole goal is that nobody realizes that that's a bit.
yeah.
Well, Gordon would just be like, I'm leaving my room messy on purpose, and people can just deal with it.
It's
Shout out Gordon.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
Gordon.
yeah.
I mean, it's like, yeah. It's good. It's good. We're definitely handling things differently than have been in the past. And also it's because before the floors were all like shag carpet.
Yes.
I don't even know.
No.
I wouldn't attempt to.
No.
If they were still that carpet, I would just be like, you know what?
just like,
it is what it is.
Right.
I just got to deal with it.
Yeah. But the drop sheets definitely do help in the cleaning up process.
And then
things.
so it's like it's week of the show. Cool. We're getting prepared. Make sure all the audio stuff is set up, and then it's like day of show. Transform the house.
Yes.
Show happens. And then it depends on if it's like a Thursday show, because then we have classes in the morning on Friday.
Yeah.
Or if it's a Friday show, then it's a weekend.
Yes.
It's like, all right, how tired are we?
Yeah.
What time is it? Do we want to clean up?
Right.
I think
The first thing we always do is the bathroom.
is the bathroom.
Yes. It's always the bathroom.
It's always the bathroom, because it's like, okay, I wanna be able to walk barefooted into my bathroom and use my bathroom.
Exactly.
And take a shower in the morning and just know that, everything is like wiped.
It's
the
clean.
toilet's clean.
Yeah.
There's nobody's. We try to make it so nobody, kind of.
We try to combat that. Hey, those posters, they do something.
They do.
They definitely do.
It's the bathroom's first time living.
They're also funny
It's the
posters.
bathroom's first time living too. I know, that's a constant that I always keep, because I just want people to like.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not just like some random place at the end of the day. This isn't BJ's
No.
for real.
It's our house in the end.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and then we clean up. I mean, we. Wash the drop sheets.
Right.
We
Just
wipe
another
the tables.
day,
We
turn the
mop.
playlist
We
off.
sweeping and mopping. We often just like we'll take like the morning. We'll listen to a bunch of music.
Yeah.
We'll just sweep and mop. I got the living room.
Yeah.
You got the
Reorganize
kitchen.
everything. That's the fun part.
Blow out the
reorganizing
candles.
Blow out the candles. Find any weird stuff that's left behind. Which I don't know. We put stuff out before, and like people leave stuff at the Creek House.
What's the weirdest thing that's been left there?
Pair of shorts.
Oh, pair of shorts.
Yes.
We had an inhaler left.
Yes. We had an inhaler left.
I hope you're okay, whoever left that. I hope you got a new one. We've had AirPods. We have earplugs.
Like just straight up brand, like not brand new,
earbuds.
But like AirPods.
Yeah.
Both pods.
Both AirPods
Both
and
pods.
a case.
Well, no case.
Oh wait, no
the
case, just the pods. But yeah.
But then earplugs and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of.
We had. I remember someone did come over. Only one person came over.
Well, Elena left her rings once. Or left a ring.
Oh,
right.
And she got that, but who came over?
It was, I don't know, I was like making dinner.
I think you told me that.
Yeah, and then someone just knocks on the door. I'm like, what? I open the door and they're like, hi, I left something. I was like, oh, shoot. So I go down to the basement. I couldn't find it, but...
Oh.
We do have a table of like lost sounds.
I was about to ask, do you have like a chest of...
No, it just sits on our... It's like in plain view, actually.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there in our living room.
We could probably make more of an effort.
We should make a box.
Yeah.
We should make a box. We should label Lost and Found.
Yes.
And you can set it out.
Yeah, this is exactly. But
we can decorate it.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, following up on that, what advice would you give somebody who is planning on starting a house venue?
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, would you recommend it?
You have to be like really The thing is, you have to like want to do it.
You do.
Yeah.
Also, just make sure that like you have if you do have a house, just make sure that it's something that you could do, or you could
absolutely
slide under, whatever reasons you might not be able to do a house show.
Right.
But
if you're living with other roommates, you have to make sure that. Cool with
that's one of the utmost.
They pull up after a long day of classes, and there's just like a hardcore show happening in their basement.
Yeah. Yeah. So like roommates, it's good that the two of us.
Yes.
Kind of are in it, and then like the our roommates and our housemates on the other side.
Yeah.
Are up to date on what's going on and when the shows are, and luckily. I don't think it's terrible on the other side.
No, like the thing is, you can barely even hear it from upstairs.
Yeah, it's not bad upstairs.
Yeah, it's so odd how that house insulates the sound.
It is weird.
Because you go to the sidewalk and you don't hear anything.
No, you wouldn't know. You would just go, oh, somebody's listening to music right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just make sure everybody's on the same page and be respectful, and you just gotta make sure that you have all the equipment. And you got I mean, we're in an interesting spot because we run the sound and we also like host our house. So it's, it's kind of a peace of mind thing as well.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, okay, we know we have access to the sound system 24/7, so we can make adjustments and change stuff whenever.
Add new things like
add new things.
Subwoofer.
Like a subwoofer.
Oh, we got something cool, nifty coming up.
Some outboard compressors and maybe a cool multi-effects unit.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh, good heavens. Yeah, and we can like make it how we want.
Exactly. And the best part about it is we both like just clean up.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
It's kind of like we're just like we're self-enclosed.
Yes. Yes.
You guys are married.
We're married.
We are.
You guys are married.
This is our child.
Yeah.
Married to the game.
Married to the game.
Yeah. Would you? I guess is there any equipment you would recommend getting, or things that you might not think of when starting a project like this?
Well,
a snake.
A snake.
Yes.
Helpful to make sure cables are not.
A snake. Yeah. So basically,
live snake for all the house shows.
Yeah.
So it's like
Watch your step.
Facts.
It's this. How do I even like?
Well, it's an input box that is connected to a big cable that
has multiple
fans out to multiple either XLR or quarter-inch cables.
Yeah, it's just organizational stuff.
Yeah, it's just like 8 cables in one cable. Yeah, and then the box is a central location that you can plug inputs into.
So all the musicians would like plug their stuff in there essentially, and then the snake leads to the board.
The board,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think one of the first shows that we were doing just a snake, and it was just like I don't know, you could do it, it's fine. It's just a bunch of cables everywhere, and it's like okay, I don't know.
Less things for people to trip over.
I'd say power is a big thing.
Power, definitely.
Figuring out what outlets are grounded or not.
Yeah,
that's
because
something I never
always
thought
use
about
grounded
until I
outlets.
heard the stories.
Yes. I know, like older Creek House, it was like.
Yeah.
Shocking. Electric shocking.
Is there a way to tell if an outlet is grounded? I've never actually thought about that before.
If it's got a ground pin. If it has just the two,
then
it is not grounded. but I think you can test it with a multimeter and just make sure that
Gotcha.
it's grounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I don't know. Use speakers. Get some,
good speakers.
Get some speakers.
A sub, definitely.
A sub is. I think a sub is secondary.
I'd say
it's secondary, but once you experience
it, it's like, wow.
it feels necessary.
Because the difference between trying to push out the low frequencies through the speakers versus through the sub.
Well,
I'll never forget the last show when you were like, we got a subwoofer, and I was like, okay, cool. And then you were like, no, but listen to it. He was like, just pick out a song, and I think we picked out a Bug Day song.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this sounds great, and he goes, I haven't turned on the subwoofer yet. And then you turned it on, and I was like, whoa. Yeah. It just fills out the room better.
Yeah.
It fills out the room. I mean, you can feel it's tough.
It's that concert experience you want where you can feel the bass in your chest.
Yes.
Like I hear people being like, that was a great concert. I could feel like the bass in my chest.
Yeah. Definitely. It helps with headroom too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if we can only push the mains as loud as like
they can handle.
We can only as loud as they can handle, and the low frequencies take a lot.
Yep.
Because it's moving it way much more than any other frequency in the spectrum. But if we basically delegate the low frequencies to one sub, we can push the mains louder.
Yes.
And we can just let the sub do the sub stuff, which means, higher headroom, louder.
And it's better for the equipment.
Better for the equipment. Yes. We're not, I think we we're squeezing as much low end out of the mains when we didn't have the sub, and we were like just getting to the point where like if the kick was just loud enough, it would be like, and it's like, oh.
So it was a very much a constant battle. But,
So I don't know. So it's all good. It's all like. I don't know. I would go to a live sound venue and see what they have there.
Go to a Creek show.
Go to a Creek show. All of our stuff, the board's right there. You can peek. You can peek over at it if you want. I don't know. Yeah. It's a minimal setup, but it works.
It does the job, and it does it well. I always get comments of people being like, the sound is really good here, and even like we've all had experiences of past SRT majors and graduates come back and be like, this is good. This is really good.
That's true.
Even I think I was talking to Jack, and he was like, this is the best sound you can get out of a setup like this. Like, it just can't get any better. Like, this is it.
In the basement, it's a
basement.
It's a basement.
Yeah.
It's a difficult place, but
it's fun.
So,
it's a lot of fun.
So, besides Fredonia, are you guys involved with, like, your local scenes back home? I know you said you're from Ithaca. You're from Long Island.
Yes.
The island.
The island.
And if you are, what kinds of shows are happening out there? What kinds of venues do you like? Do you have any bands that you would want to shout out? I'm just curious because I don't really know. I know slightly about the Ithaca scene. Long Island, I really don't know anything about.
To be completely frank, I'm really not connected with the Long Island music scene. I want to be, but there's just so much going on.
Yeah. Are there any venues you would want to visit, like that you've heard of, and you're like, I should go out to a show there? I think there's I think Moisture played at an Ambets post or something like that.
Yeah, they did play at the
Legion post.
Massapequa VFW.
Yeah.
Shout out Pequa.
Which Title Fight played there way back in the day.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
That was how Elena pitched it to me. We're playing on Long Island. Title Fight played there once. And I was like, oh, wow. This is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did go to that show. It was awesome. You were there too, actually.
The Bug Day?
Yes.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
That was cool. I just happened to be in Long Island at the time.
Yeah.
Far from my home. That was a good show.
It was a good show.
That was cool.
I mean, there's so many venues just scattered throughout. None specifically coming to mind, but
I think a big thing that I realized is that coming from Ithaca in high school, I was Ithaca has a very strong music scene. There is so much music happening there. besides the couple big things that happened in Ithaca, I can say that I was connected in sort of the, I don't know, like the jazz, like a little bit of the jazz scene there in high school. But like in terms of your traditional like shows and like venues and stuff, I don't think I was. And I think a good contributor to that was COVID.
Yeah.
I like prime time, like not like 9th through 10th, it was like COVID time for me. So like I don't know, I didn't venture into any venues or like shows or anything like that. I just wasn't very connected. Besides Ithaca's, so Ithaca and the Finger Lakes do grassroots festival of music and dance every year, and that's been I think they're on their 34th year right now. Wow. I've been going to that since I was 1. I think my mom would take me, and we would dance to Zydeco and bluegrass, and that's been a thing my entire life, is this music festival. And honestly, maybe that's like I can get my fill of music in on a 4-day bender at Grassroots Music Fest during the summer, because there's just so much music. It's 4 days. It's like early morning to late night, 4, 5 if you count the one stage, 4 stages, and just like so many bands. The lineup is crazy for like a local music festival. And so it's a good amount of them are just local musicians, local bands, some big touring acts. But yeah, I've gotten more into the scene now. So, there's like there's a bunch of bands that I really enjoy from there.
I think that concludes another episode of The Local Lowdown. I think during the credits, you guys will let us know about any upcoming releases or music or any shows that you want people to know about, so stay for the credits of that. I was like, where's the camera? Stay for the credits of that. But thank you guys so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. This was a fun interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to The Local Lowdown on WCVF 88.9, The Voice, and WDVL 89.5, The Inferno. Make sure you join us for more Nate and Dan next week, same time,
same place. Bye.